Hey, Farmer here. It's the beginning of the week, which means time to put my nose to the grindstone. I've got a lot of hard work ahead. Big week for me with kids and horses, a lot of meetings, hopefully a lot of donations for our organization, plus some pretty heavy workouts the beginning of this week for my Snowshoe, working towards a huge goal in March. I'll fill you in on that a little bit later. So follow me up the hillside and let's make some tracks. I used to be a bit embarrassed when I was snowshoeing and breathing really hard and appearing out of shape. One thing I am is in shape, but with the altitudes that I climb and the different elevation rises, it's part of it. So just gonna enjoy this beautiful view and take my time. This is a heavy workout week from a snowshoe. Last week was fairly gentle. Working to some heavy goals for March. If we can get some cooperation with some great snow for the rest of the winter, then I'll fill you in on that. All right, getting to the top finally to see what's on the other side. Whew. Wow. Well, one thing is a gorgeous sun, beautiful snow. I'm not quite as deep as I was the last couple of days, but still really good snowshoeing snow. This has been a pretty excruciating climb this morning. Never been on this mountain on this side before. Every trail, path, gully, valley, hill, mountain, ridge, whatever I come across, name it personally for someone or something in my life that I really respect, or something that helped make me who I am today. So in honor of that, this mountain will be Joe Drennan Mountain. So Joe was a football coach of mine who served our country in the 60s. About as tough a person that I've ever been around, but also one of the most caring and loving in his own way that I've ever been around. He pushed me to my limits, made me a better athlete, made me a better person, but also showed me kindness and love. Joe, this is for you. Okay, about a little over a half up Joe Drennan Mountain, and true to Joe, kicking my tail, I am having to kick into the hillside with my snowshoes. Snow is slick, but also just how steep the terrain is. Getting deeper as I go higher. Oh, let's get a little sun on my face. Wow. Little break. Okay. Let's see. Oh. All right, we can do this. So, made a decision on this hike. So, going lateral before I get to the very top. I'm down towards the Spooner Lake end of Lake Tahoe, and I felt like changing directions would possibly push me into a lot better view. And let's see what that did. Bingo. There we go. Oh my gosh. So I've only been probably not quite halfway around the lake hiking and snowshoeing. I still have a lot more terrain to investigate. So stick with me, keep checking back, and I will continue to provide some insight and some fun about snowshoeing in the Sierras at Lake Tahoe. I've reached today's pinnacle, and first time ever from this view for myself. Of course, that's the Sierras in the California side, Lake Tahoe, and then in the foreground that is Spooner Lake, frozen with snow on top. Another one of our gems. So Spooner is a great hike from anywhere on the North Shore, or most of the spots on the North Shore. From where I live, taking the Flume Trail, it's about 13.5 to 14 miles one way. So I've done it down and back one time. The other times I'll either leave my place, hike down, have someone pick me up, or what I prefer is to be dropped at Spooner and then hike back to my place. So when you come out, check Spooner out, check out the Flume Trail, and of course, Lake Tahoe. So tonight's supper is gonna be collard greens with ham hocks and hot water cornbread with some Irish butter. So with my collard greens, you can use fresh or frozen. Of course, fresh is preferable. So you take a sweet onion, about 4 cloves of garlic, and the ham hock, and put them in a pot with a little bit of olive oil. Let the ham hock get a little sear on both sides. Take it out, then let your other ingredients cook down. Once they've cooked down some, put the ham hock back in, add in some chicken broth. You can use water, but chicken broth, I think, kind of takes the flavor up a little bit. Let that cook down for a little while. Let the meat get tender. Once the meat is tender, then you put your collard greens in and wait until the collard greens are tender. Times will vary on that. As far as the hot water cornbread, I will go over that recipe a different day with you. It's a recipe of my dad's and probably my favorite cornbread of all. Well, it's time to head back down the mountain. Had a great hike straight up today, a great workout. Good beginning of the week. I've got to head down to the Carson Valley. Got some appointments, talking to a few people about some volunteer opportunities with kids and horses, some potential donations to kids and horses. So I will see you tomorrow. I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope you have a good night's sleep tonight. Come back and see me and share the Sierras with me. Have a good one.